morning, students. In the last class, we completed Chapter 3 of History, the Delhi Sultanate. Today, we will discuss the exercise of this chapter. First of all, there are fill in the blanks. So, very first fill in the blank is Dash was the first Sultan of Delhi. So, it was Qutbuddin Aibak. Qutbuddin Aibak was the first Sultan of Delhi. Second, Dash was the leader of Mongols who attacked India during the rule of Iltutmish. It was Genghis Khan. So, Genghis Khan was the leader of Mongols who attacked India during the rule of Iltutmish. Third one, the only woman monarch of Delhi was Dash. She was Razia Sultan. The only woman monarch of Delhi was Razia Sultan. Next, Dash entered the grandson of Genghis Khan as an envoy. It was Balban. So, Balban entered the grandson of Genghis Khan as an envoy. Next, the able general of Alauddin Khilji who led a campaign in the south was Dash. He was Malik Kafur. Next, Dash was a poet in Alauddin Khilji's court. He was Amir Khusro. So, Amir Khusro was a poet in Alauddin Khilji's court. Next, Dash was an Indian historian who spent 17 years in the court of Mohammed bin Tughlaq. He was Ziauddin Barani. So, Ziauddin Barani was an Indian historian who spent 17 years in the court of Mohammed bin Tughlaq. Next, Muhammad bin Tughlaq shifted his capital from Delhi to Dash. So, he shifted his capital from Delhi to Devgiri, in the bracket write Daulatabad. Next, the last Sultan of Delhi was Dash. So, the last Sultan of Delhi was Ibrahim Lodi. Next is true or false. First one is Iltutmish belongs to slave dynasty. It is true. Iltutmish belonged to the slave dynasty. Next, Firoz Shah founded the Tughlaq dynasty. False. It is false, as Tughlaq dynasty was founded by Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Firoz Shah killed the last ruler of slave dynasty named Ghiyasuddin Balban and led to the start of the Khiljis. Third one, Malik Kafur attacked Madurai and Rameshwaram. This is true. Malik Kafur went deep down south and drained the wealth of Madurai and Rameshwaram. Fourth is Sikandar Lodi shifted his capital from Delhi to Agra. This is true. Sikandar Lodi was well-known ruler of Lodi dynasty. He shifted the capital of the Sultanate from Delhi to Agra. Next, Ibrahim Lodi was killed by Timur. This is false. Ibrahim Lodi was the last Sultan of Delhi Sultanate. He was killed by Babur in the first battle of Panipat. Third exercise is answer in brief. First question is name the 5 dynasties of the Delhi Sultanate. For this, we have to come to page number 21 in our books. On page number 21, second column, it is the 5 dynasties are given. So, we have to write the answers as the 5 dynasties of the Delhi Sultanate are the slave dynasty, the Khiljis, the Tughlaqs. Then on the next page, the Saids and the Lodis. Next question is why is the slave dynasty called so? For this answer, first we have to write from a question only. Slave dynasty was called so because. Then come to page number 22 in our books. On page number 22, under the heading slave dynasty, we have to write, we have ended our answer at because from here, Turkish rulers depended heavily on specially chosen slaves. Then these slaves often, cut the word often, so these slaves rose up the political and military ladder to become rulers of their land. I repeat my answer. Our answer will start from the first question. Slave dynasty was called so then because the Turkish rulers depended heavily on specially chosen slaves. These slaves rose up the political and military ladder to become rulers of their land. So this is second answer. Third question is, what were the major victories of Iltutmish? So we have to write the major victories of Iltutmish are, then come to page number 22. On page number 22, under the heading Iltutmish, 7th line, it is written, he defeated. So instead of he, write, Iltutmish defeated Yaldos and occupied Lahore and Punjab. This is first point. Second, he attacked and defeated Kabach, the governor of Sindh. That is second point. Third point, he cut the word then and write also. He also subdued Rajput chiefs of Ranthambore, Ajmer and Gwalior. This is third point. I repeat my answer. It is the major victories of Iltutmish were first point, Iltutmish defeated Yaldos and occupied Lahore and Punjab. Second, he attacked and defeated Kabach, the governor of Sindh. Third, he also subdued the Rajput chiefs of Ranthambore, Ajmer and Gwalior. Question is, why did Mohammed bin Tughlaq's plan to shift his capital fail? So first we have to write from the question itself. Mohammed bin Tughlaq's plan to shift his capital failed because of the following two reasons. Please write it down. Mohammed bin Tughlaq's plan to shift his capital failed because of the following two reasons. Then we have to come to page number 26 in our books. On page number 26, under the heading Shifting of Capital, third line, it is written, first, he ordered the entire population of Delhi to shift to Daulatabad. This caused great hardship to the people. This is first point. Second, it left the northwestern frontiers of the empire exposed to attack from Mongols. This is second point. Next question is, write a short note on the system of Iktidas. For this, we have to come to page number 29 in our books. We will write this answer in points. So, under the heading Iktidas, second line, it is written, Iltutmish has divided the empire into several large and small pieces of land called Iktidas. This is first point. Second point, the nobles, officers and religious leaders of his empire had cut the word a salary he. Cut these three words and write had been given. Then cut the word them. So, second point read as, I am repeating it, the nobles, officers and religious leaders of his empire had been given Iktidas. Third point, the officials or the Iktidas had to pay the king a portion of the revenue they collected from the land. This is third point. So, I repeat my answer. First point is, Iltutmish has divided the empire into several large and small pieces of land called Iktidas. Second point, the noble officers and religious leaders of his empire had been given Iktidas. Next point, the officials had to pay the king a portion of the revenue they collected from the land. This is third point. This is answer fifth. Question number 6 is, write a short note on Timur. I am dictating the answer. Write the answer in your notebooks. First point is, Timur attacked the last major ruler of Tughlaq dynasty, named Mohammed bin Tughlaq. I repeat the first point. Timur attacked the last major ruler of Tughlaq dynasty named Mohammed bin Tughlaq. Second, Timur was a Central Asian Turk. Second point, Timur was a Central Asian Turk. Third point, he used to embrace Islam. Third point, he used to embrace Islam. Fourth point, Timur entered Delhi and destroyed the city. Fourth point, Timur entered Delhi and destroyed the city. Fifth point, he also robbed Meerut and Jammu. Fifth point is, he also robbed Meerut and Jammu. So, I am repeating Sixth answer. First point is Timur attacked the last major ruler of Tughlaq dynasty named Mohammed bin Tughlaq. Second point, Timur was a Central Asian Turk. Third point, he used to embrace Islam. Fourth point, Timur entered Delhi and destroyed the city. Fifth point, he also robbed Meerut and Jammu. Now answer in detail. First one is write a short note on Razia Sultan. For this, we have to come to page number 24. Please mark this answer very carefully. So, on page number 24, under the heading Razia Sultan, fourth line, it is written Iltutmish's daughter. Right? So, before it, you have to write Razia was Iltutmish's daughter. So, this is first point. Second point is here it is written a great monarch. Before that you have to write she was a great monarch. So second point is she was a great monarch. Then third point, here it is written wise, just and generous. Before this we have to write she was wise, just and generous. This is third point. She was wise, just and generous. Then fourth point is here it is written Razia has to face many challenges. Before this write but Razia has to face many challenges. Then write as she was a woman in man's world. You have to, so I repeat, but Razia has to face many challenges as she was a woman in man's world. So I repeat my answer. Here the first point is Razia was Iltutmish's daughter. Second point, she was a great monarch. Third point, she was wise, just and generous. Fourth point, but she has to face many challenges as she was a woman in man's world. Next question is describe the administration of Alauddin Khilji. For this, we have to come to page number 25 in our books. Again, we will write this answer in points. So, on page number 25, under the heading Administrative Reforms, first point is Alauddin Khilji was an able commander and an excellent administrator. This is first point. Second point is he increased the size of army to protect his empire. Then, third point, come here, it's written the land. So third point is you have to write to meet the expenses. You can write or can copy from here to meet the expenses. This is third point. Then after this we have to come here. The land revenue was raised to half of the total produce. This is third point. I repeat the third point. To meet the expenses, the land revenue was raised to half of the total produce. Then fourth point, to prevent conspiracies among the nobles, Alauddin banned all banquets and assemblies. This is fourth point. Then he also enlarged the system of espionage and spread his spies across the empire. This is fourth point. I repeat my answer. First point is Alauddin Khilji was an able commander and an excellent administrator. Then second point is he increased the size of army to protect his empire. Third point is to meet the expenses, the land revenue was raised to half of the total produce. Next point, to prevent conspiracies among the nobles, Alauddin banned all banquets and assemblies. Then next point is he also enlarged the system of espionage and spread his spies across the empire. Third question is write an essay on the strength and weakness of Mohammed bin Tughlaq as a ruler. We will try to keep this answer as short as possible. For this, come to page number 26. Page number 26, under the heading Mohammed bin Tughlaq. Second line, it is written he was a capable administrator. So instead of he, write his name. Mohammed bin Tughlaq was a capable administrator and commander and a good scholar. Continuing, however, he was a man who thought ahead of times. His plans and intentions were good, but carried out thoughtlessly in a hurry, which resulted in their failure. So, this much is the answer. It covers both the strength and weakness of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So, I am repeating the answer. Muhammad bin Tughlaq was a capable administrator and a commander, and a good scholar. However, he was a man who thought ahead of times. His plans and intentions were good, but carried out thoughtlessly in a hurry, which resulted in their failure. Now, the fourth question says, discuss in detail the nature of administration under the Tughlaqs. Now, students, this is going to be the best part of the class because we are going to cut this answer. So, cut this question 4. We are not doing it. We have already done enough questions. So this was all for today's class. Kindly, after marking the questions, note down the answer in brief and answer in detail in your notebooks.